this match.
We'll find out who wants that more and who procs more to get there. Pre-bans are going to be very interesting here. Popopanda does have that first pick, so Faintmemory may decide to take that Hathor out of the picture, or could decide maybe he just doesn't want to deal with speed teams and takes out a Chiwu. So we'll see what Faintmemory decides to take out. Popopanda also needs a balance around that. Decides to take out the Barbara from Faintmemory side. Faintmemory does take out that Chiwu as predicted. Does not necessarily want to deal with that Oki Chiwu Gani setup. So Barbara gone. Barbara would contest Chiwu a lot, but at the same time Chiwu is also gone.
First pick for Popopanda, taking that Fran away from Faintmemory.
And we're going to see probably a... Oh, takes the Gani Hathor off the bat.
Gani Hathor for Faintmemory. You just don't let anybody have that, and Faintmemory takes that away immediately.
And we haven't seen too many Gani Hathors in this tournament at all. And both players do have Gani Hathor. So Popopanda taking that Fran. And of course, if you don't have Gani Hathor, you need to disrupt that. So he brings that Sierra, brings that Okeanos. Very standard picks here. Faintmemory opts for that Vanessa and that Daphnis. Love those two picks here. Daphnis is going to be able to threaten Popopanda's side. So if that Daphnis is not banned, he's facing down a Gani Hathor.
Usually in this situation, this is where you got to drop those very important LD Nat 5s. It's going to be strong enough to take away this Gani Hathor. Popopanda with last two picks.
Popopanda almost needs something like an Abuelio and keep that Daphnis in order to survive, because he's staring down Gani Hathor or something is dying off the bat from this Daphnis. So it's either some sort of a Triana or he goes with that Savannah and Water Monkey. Interesting choices from Popopanda.
Water Monkey, I think he's going to be signaling he's letting that Daphnis through. Ban's going out. He's going to be splitting the Gani Hathor for sure. Last pick from Faintmemory is going to be a Triana. Very interesting last pick coming from Faintmemory.
Very interesting last pick indeed, and actually all the bans are kind of on the table. It's kind of tough to know which one's being banned here. I think if I'm Faintmemory, I'm looking to either ban out that Ciara or looking to ban out that Okeanos, not wanting one of my units to get reset. And if I'm Popopanda, I have a tough time here because I don't really have something I can burst down easily. But I may be deciding to take out that Daphnis because you don't want to get sniped off the bat.
Oh, lets the Gani Hathor through. 33 speed lead for Faintmemory. Okeanos has gone on Popopanda's side of the field, but he has a 24 speed lead as well. Is that going to be enough to defend the Gani Hathor onslaught coming from Faintmemory? And here we go, guys. We're getting into this round between Popopanda and Faintmemory. Let's go! Hathor with a nice skill 2, putting that Fran down, but the Fran gets the additional turn anyways.
In true Faintmemory fashion, his opponent procs out of sleep here, so Faintmemory's gonna be on the back foot, needs to find a way to survive while his opponent tees off on him.
Yep, Triana does get the immunity up. Savannah's not gonna care in a second.
Yeah, highly unlucky by Faintmemory here because Popopanda does have that immunity, and that's huge in this situation when Faintmemory is not going to be able to get that Gani Hathor combination off.
Yep, no strip going out onto Savannah, but Water Monkey King coming in here to get that strip onto the Vanessa.
Does get that strip on Vanessa, and actually that's a lot of damage that Water Monkey just did here. And that Sierra also has a giant bomb following up.
That's right, so here we go. Ganymede looking to ventilate back on the Hathor, so Hathor's going to get that skill 2 again.
Skill 2 being very valuable here. Faintmemory needs that skill 2, but at the same time, that passive from Triana is going to get proc. This Vanessa needs to survive.
As that bomb going on to Vanessa, passive of Triana is going to get proc. No more damage is received on top of Vanessa.
And while that was an attack buff bomb from Sierra, kind of a squishy unit, and at the same time, not using that skill 2 from Triana here. Interesting choice.
Vanessa getting that defense break on top of Sierra. We're going to see a skill 2 coming out possibly onto the Fran. No, goes for the Savannah. Fran's going to be right there to go for that cleanse on Savannah. Gets the additional turn as well for the attack break or attack by pushback onto the Triana.
That's a giant proc because Faintmemory's Triana would have moved in front of that Savannah and given him immunity.
Looking for a full team stun, only receiving a stun onto the Hathor. Ciara's here, ready to take out that Vanessa.
Yeah, and that Vanessa's going to go down here. Faintmemory getting really, really unlucky here because that Triana was supposed to set off immunity and protect his team from Savannah. Instead, his opponent's Fran proc twice, and that's why he's in the position he's in.
Yeah, Triana defense broken, no cleanse, no heal coming out. We're looking for a sleep onto Savannah. Needs anything Faintmemory can get his hands onto. Not receiving anything there. Might be seeing a cleanse on that defense break, choosing to go for the attack bar pushback on top of Gani.
Yeah, this is a pretty tough situation, and Faintmemory not having a proc on the Hathor, but again, he's going to get that Gani Hathor lockdown, but his opponent has speed buff, so I don't think that Hathor is going to move in front. So at this point, Faintmemory's still on the back foot.
Gets the reset and additional turn coming out of Ganymede. Ganymede looking to go for the glancing on top of that Water Monkey King. Cleanse is coming out from the Triana.
Yeah, Faintmemory might be able to stabilize
Choosing
here.
not to cleanse. Goes to the attack bar, sleep onto the Fran, not receiving it here. Critical error coming out. Not critical error. Finishing off that Hathor there, and Popopanda is going to be taking round one away from Faintmemory.
Absolutely heartbreaking loss for Faintmemory. They're getting super unlucky multiple times. That Fran proccing off the bat, and again proccing into that Triana. We were wondering why that Triana was not using skill 2 immunity, and the reason why is because that Triana moved in front of Savannah. And had that Fran not been able to knock down attack bar, immunities would be up into Savannah, and Gaining Hathor lockdown would commence. So Faintmemory kind of lost that by a 5% outer there. Popopanda being super lucky today.
Oh, Popopanda needed the damage, needed additional turns to stop that Gaining Hathor from getting online, and he did. Those Beast Riders providing so much damage, and the sustain attack buffs you're getting from that Fran as well worked in Popopanda's favor against Fate Mem. We're going into a game 2, guys. You can see the pre-bans from last time. Chiwu and Barbara getting pre-banned.
So Faintmemory again getting unlucky there. Let's see if he decides to draft in a similar manner. I think if Faintmemory just is able to stay in there and hang in there, I think he's got a good chance to come back. Decides to pre-ban the Ganny, and Popopanda takes out the Daphnis. Daphnis from Faintmemory is a very strong unit. So great pre-bans on both sides here. Anticipate Faintmemory taking the Hathor first.
Faintmemory's got first pick. Let's see if he does take that Hathor away from Popopanda. He's going to go with the Fran this time, taking that Fran away from Popopanda, which he really liked in the last match. So Popopanda probably going to be taking that Hathor away. Does go through with the Hathor and the Okeanos.
Not crazy about picking two very high control units off the bat. I think Faintmemory could go with some sort of a Josephine, even Junos. I would love to see a Juno coming out from Faintmemory. He still wants to threaten the speed. Goes with the Barbara, but I really think he's thinking Junos, Josephines, maybe even a Raccoony if he has it in his back pocket here.
Well, you can see the Beast Riders coming back for Popopanda as well, bringing out a Savannah and Chiwu. Great combination from Popopanda. Faintmemory just with a Ciara Barbara right now.
At this point here, Leo's a great pick, maybe a Fire Monkey, something to basically lock your opponent out because your opponent, Popopanda, does not have a ton of damage if Savannah doesn't go off here. So Leo's a good pick, and I would anticipate some sort of a fire unit, maybe like a Fire Monkey, or maybe even some sort of a healing unit like an Elucia could be okay. Goes with a Fire Druid.
Awesome pick. There's no immunity on the side of Popopanda. Bellinus is going to put in massive work if Popopanda can't protect himself from it.
Bellinus is going to do massive work. Faintmemory is going to ban that last unit. At this point here, that Savannah is going to do very little damage. Popopanda going with that Velojewel at the end.
Yep, so easy draft there. Popopanda needed to bring immunity. He brought out Velojewel. That might signify that Popopanda is going to lose that Velojewel, and Bellinus might be banned out.
And I think Faintmemory takes out the Savannah, actually. I'm not crazy about this Velojewel pick here because it's pretty stationary and doesn't do a lot of damage. Savannah is really that source of RNG, so I think Faintmemory may actually decide to take out that Savannah, even though Leo's going to be likely left on the field here.
All right, let's see what happens. Bans are going out right now. You can see Barbara getting banned out and the Chiwu getting banned out.
Interesting choice here to take out that Barbara, and then Chiwu being taken out. So while Popopanda has a Savannah on the field, has chosen to take out that Barbara. We're going to look to see who takes this one.
Nope, speed lead for Faintmemory. We got an accuracy lead for Popopanda going into round 2 with Faintmemory and Popopanda. Can Popopanda get the 2-0 on Faintmemory, or can Faintmemory redeem himself here?
At the same time, there is no strip coming out from Faintmemory side, but doesn't really matter. Ciara does a ton of damage with its auto attacks.
Fran getting immunity attack buff here. Savannah looking to pummel more damage, and possibly that Fran or Ciara. Goes after the Ciara, does not get the full strip.
Does not get this full strip at all, and there's still immunity up on that Ciara, so Ciara's going to be doing a ton of damage.
Yep, Hathor does get that sleep onto the Ciara. Stripped that attack buff as well. Velojewel getting the 3-turn immunity attack buff boost going, yep.
Yeah, Faintmemory here decides he's added damage onto Okeanos so far, but I'm interested to see when he's going to go onto this Savannah.
Ooh, Okeanos looking for the reset onto Bellinus, not receiving it here. It gets resisted. Immunity still stands on that Bellinus.
And I think he preserves the immunity and goes just simply with the skill 2 here.
Going with a nice skill 1. Just a little bit of poke damage there on the Hathor. Savannah probably continuing the onslaught on top of the Ciara. Not getting that defense break either. Looking for an attack break on the Ciara and gets it.
Does not land anything, and Faintmemory still has immunity for a very long time here. And Faintmemory's just waiting for Popopanda's immunity to fall off.
Ooh, looking for that skill 1 strip to get rid of that immunity, and does get it with the additional turn coming from Vela.
Yeah, and Faintmemory's attack bar was moving quite fast up there, so you know that he actually ran out of time on his previous move.
Ciara cycling some attack bar, going after that Savannah. Might be seeing a skill 3 just to keep that Fran Ciara down.
Definitely think we see that skill 3 here. That skill 3 oftentimes doing a lot of damage.
There we go. Fran and Ciara getting the lockdown. Bellinus still can't capitalize with all that immunity up on Popopanda's side of the field. Looking for possibly a little bit of hit, going for a skill 2 anyways.
Yeah, so Faintmemory here not able to break through that immunity. So unluckily, no immunity, not able to get through anything, and Popopanda is just going to start teeing off.
Ooh, there's the stun, slowed Fran, and we're going to have Hathor locking everybody down. Not locking everybody down. Ciara is still up here, and Veladril with a big skill 2 coming out on Ciara.
Yeah, and Veladril does have immunity coming up again, so Faintmemory needs to understand that. Decides to take off that Savannah, taking it off the Beast Rider, so not having that defense break coming out anymore.
Okeanos looking for the reset onto Ciara and gets that reset. Savannah looking to deal massive damage to this Ciara.
Ciara's being whittled down.
Ooh, and the initial turn comes out, and Faintmemory loses his Ciara.
Yeah, Faintmemory loses that Ciara. That Fran's been sleeping the entire game here, has not been able to pick that up. So kind of a tough situation for Faintmemory right now.
That's right. Sanctuary comes right back out from that Veladril. Veladril applying a big punishment on top of that Leo. Leo trying to drop this Savannah, and Fran with the additional turn.
Yeah, and again, Popopanda does have full cooldowns coming up soon, and this Okeanos does have skill 3 next, so...
Does Savannah have enough damage to drop the Leo, and does so. Not looking good for Faintmem.
Not looking good at all. There's immunity up on Popopanda's side here, so that Fire Druids need to be able to take out the team, but when there's immunity up, quite hard to do so.
Ooh, Rain of Stones is up and ready, gets the stun on the Bellinus, does not stun up this Fran. Fran's going to be healing itself here.
Fran needs to throw some healing in. He also needs a play to assume he gets a proc. Does not get any procs.
Does not. Savannah looking to get rid of this Fran. Gets the additional turn once again, dropping that Fran. Skill 2, doesn't need to skill 2, goes to the skill 1. Reset comes out onto the Bellinus, heavily favoring Popopanda with the 2-0 against Faintmemory. There you have it. Congratulations, Popopanda.
Wow, interesting match there. Faintmemory being taken out 2-0. Obviously the first one